Hello, welcome to Bitcoin Smart Money. Today is September 27th. It's a little after 3:30 here, Eastern Standard Time. What I'm opening with here is the total market cap for all of crypto. And currently we're sitting at about 144 billion. We hit an all-time high here at 180 billion, right around there. And we had an overhead resistance trend line, which I drew. And we've taken that out as of the most recent day or two. And it looks like we're going to resume that upward climb. So things look good for crypto in general, whether it's Bitcoin or any of the altcoins that we're looking at. So from that 180 to 144, you've got a 20% decline in total market cap. So there's going to be some gains for some coins, whether it be Europe's kind of seeing that they to get the most out of cryptocurrency, you want to be open arms to it and not as much regulation, because it's meant to be a decentralized, unregulated market. So with that said, the Bitcoin price, since we last spoke, was kind of at an indecision point, and the news came out here. We're looking at the 240, which is going to be 4-hour bars, and things are looking really good. This is once again the sell-off from the China news, the FUD. And the extreme buyback from 3,000, so you have a big bar up, hosting all this price action, which is really good for future movement. But you can see that move up, like we spoke about, had more buying action than the selling on the move down. So I like that. You've got an upward channel here of this is going to be your support, that's going to be your overhead resistance, and let's shrink it down. You're going to see Bitcoin now move up into these next areas of price action. 5,000 will be the next stop. Whether we do the double top or we push through, it's just going to depend on the amount of buying action. And things look good. Maybe it moves on, cascades its way up. But 6,000 looks like a reasonable figure in the near term. So I like what I see in Bitcoin. Price action has been great. The buy is actually on a lot of volume, so that speaks to the price movement being for real. And I like the big bars with consolidation, big bars, boom, big bar. So we've got a little bit of this is going to be a key point right here, this 4,200 level. So we should push through this nicely. 45 will be the next stop, and we'll go from there. One of the next things to look at before we get into NEO was in The Economist, had an article on how China is innovating, and it's encouraging for companies like NEO that have that Chinese affiliation. And you can see here venture capital technology, China's number one, kind of expected, but China and the US, that's where it's at. So you can check this out on the NEO Reddit subforum. And what was really interesting, this came out a few days ago, kind of confirmed my inclination to buy more NEO at that 19 level. You can see on LinkedIn I made a post where I showed the trade where I traded in all my Ethereum for more NEO to accumulate more gas, as well as just believe the ROI is going to be stronger on NEO than it will be Ethereum in the coming months. So as a trader and investor, I want to make better investment decisions, and to hold Ethereum out of being romantic, it's not something I wanted to do. I wanted to go where the money is, and the smart money was moving into NEO. When you get romantic about a business or a trade, that's the quickest way to go broke. So here's that chart with the complex head and shoulders from last week, and you can see here NEO, after the video came out, it came down and tested this price action at that 16. Didn't close there or stay there long. It didn't take out the head, which really, I should have stated that was the key. I said below 17 was something to watch out for. So if you were a buyer, I didn't want people to risk more than they could stomach. But stuff like this, you've got to have a strong tolerance for pain to get that reward. And if you had that tolerance, you're rewarded nicely here in the past 3-4 days with NEO. So, the key for the inverse head and shoulders is going to be not taking out that head, which was that 13 price level, and I should have stated that more clearly. But as you can see here, the first price objective of $32 was met today, this morning. And looking out further, here's a chart that really shows overhead resistance, all-time high, and it's got some fib levels built in. And the smart buy was after this broke through, which is kind of what we did with the ETH conversion. And you can see here it's got real nice legs to get back to these price levels up in here. And I'll zoom in so you can see. But it looks like next stop's going to be 0.01 bitcoins. It's going to meet that. You're going to have probably some sellers, but it looks like it's going to create a new wave, and then ultimately we'll get a big cup pattern. And from there, the ultimate price objective is going to be in the 70 area. So I think we could see that. So that's really important. Yeah, that ICO is going to be the Red Pulse ICO. I think it's October 8th. But you're going to see more exposure. I've heard good things about the Red Pulse CEO, so that's positive. I don't know enough about it, but I think that's important. And last night on LinkedIn, I made a post about how we had a bullish pennant, and you can see that once that overhead was taken out, we moved from 26 and change when I posted it. We touched 34 today. We're now getting some selling, which is good because we'll probably come down and test this 30, 29 area. Even go down to 28ish before the next leg up. You've got some good buying action in here. So that's what I've got to say about NEO. Let's move on to a couple others really quick. One of them is PinkCoin, and I started talking about it with a few clients. Buy it in this 530 to 540 area, 540 satoshis, and I still like it. It's it's down 6-7% today. More buying action. So you can see the strong volume on these big bars up, hitting 700 plus satoshis. It's come down from 700 to 600 and change. So I think it's got this price action right here, and then you're going to see another leg up. And this alert here, you can't really see it because of this line. That's at 714 satoshis. So I think that's a nice move for PinkCoin. I really like MUE, Monetary Unit. I've been trading this for a little while now. It has a lot of wicks, which concerned me a little bit, but when I think of the market cap on this coin, it's much lower, so you're going to get that. It's going to have a little more whip action, but you can see it's in a nice channel, upward channel, making higher lows. Anywhere below 3,600 satoshis, I would say don't be a buyer. But in this channel, we're looking good. 4,000, nice key number. We're gonna continue moving up, and I think we're gonna see 4,400 satoshis soon. The volume, I always keep saying, like it broke a record. The moves up are legit. You've got more buying action than sellers, so I like that. Back to our original chart on ETH Classic. It was a loser for a time period, and now it's made a nice move, and I think we're going to see ETH Classic move back up into this 35, 36 range. It's going to hit a little overhead resistance, but from there I think it's got a lot of potential with the risk to reward. It hit $9 in USD, and it's got potential to go up to 20, 22 again. So I think that's important to look at. And the last thing I want to leave you guys with were some important notes. I went through the Market Wizards book again. I like to refresh myself every couple of years. It's one of the greatest trading books of all time. Some of the most successful hedge fund managers